Hello students, today we are going to discuss drugs for the management of non-productive and productive cough. Now as we all know, cough is a sudden violent expulsion of air from the lungs. Now this violent rapid expulsion of air from the lungs at an amazingly high speed of about 100 miles per hour clears the throat and the respiratory passages of all the foreign particles, microbes, irritants, excessive mucus, right? Now cough is of two types. One is a non-productive cough, other is a productive cough. Now non-productive cough is a dry cough. No excessive secretion is produced in the respiratory tract. So no sputum is coughed out, and hence non-productive cough reflex is not beneficial. On the other hand, it can cause mucosal damage, which in turn can cause inflammation and discomfort, and hence non-productive cough should be suppressed. Now the key drugs to suppress non-productive cough are pharyngeal demulcents and antitussives. On the other hand, productive cough is a wet cough because there is increased secretion of mucus in the respiratory tract, and thus huge amount of sputum is produced, which is to be coughed out, and therefore this productive cough is beneficial as it removes excessive mucus, it clears the air passages. Otherwise the mucus can cause infection, and therefore this productive cough reflex, it prevents the infections. And expectorants and mucolytics, they aid in clearing the mucus from respiratory passages, and thus they improve efficacy of cough reflex. Now let's discuss the pharmacology of drugs for the management of non-productive or the dry cough. The main drug categories are pharyngeal demulcents and central antitussives. Now, in order to understand pharmacology of these drugs, it's essential to summarize physiology of cough reflex. Now, when chemical irritants like sulfur dioxide or mechanical irritants like dust particles are inhaled, they reach mucosa of respiratory tubes. Now, these irritants, they further stimulate airway mucosal receptors, which further stimulates vagus nerve, that is a sensory afferent pathway, and this nerve carries the information of the presence of irritant in the respiratory tract to the cough center located in the nucleus tractus solitarius, that is in the medulla of the brain stem. Now, stimulation of cough center further stimulates motor or efferent nerves, and the message is further conveyed to the expiratory muscles. Now, these muscles, they cause a sudden violent expulsion of air from the lungs at an alarmingly high speed, such that the irritants are thrown away from the respiratory tract, and this process is termed as the cough. Now, demulcents and antitussives, they suppress the cough reflex, and they are used in the management of non-productive cough. Now, pharyngeal demulcents, they mainly produce soothing effect on the respiratory throat mucosa, and they reduce generation of afferent sensory vagus nerve, and thus they suppress the cough reflex. While centrally acting antitussive drugs, they suppress the cough center. Now, pharyngeal demulcents include lozenges, Linctus, glycerin, licorice, etc. Whereas centrally acting antitussives which suppress the cough reflex include drugs like codeine, folcodeine, noscapine, dextromethorphan, and all these drugs, they are similar to codeine in their antitussive efficacy. Now, codeine and folcodeine are narcotic drugs, whereas noscapine and dextromethorphan are non-narcotic. Now, main side effects of codeine is constipation. Folcodeine is similar to codeine, but it's longer acting, and its duration of action is for 12 hours. And apart from this, dextromethorphan, it can produce sedation, nausea, drowsiness, hallucinations, and ataxia at high dose. And noscapine occasionally produces headache and nausea. Now let's talk about the drugs for the management of productive cough. Now, drugs that aid in clearing the throat and respiratory passages of the excess mucus and other substances are expectorants and mucolytics. Now, the key expectorant is guaifenesin, and it is an agent that aids in clearing respiratory tract secretions, that is the phlegm, from the lungs, bronchi and trachea. It increases hydration of the respiratory secretions. That means it increases the water content of the respiratory secretions. So it causes increase in the volume of respiratory secretions, and it also reduces viscosity of phlegm. Phlegm is thus removed by the ciliary movement and also by the cough reflex. Now, side effects of guaifenesin are nausea, vomiting, formation of kidney stones, diarrhea and constipation. Now, nausea and vomiting, they are reduced by taking guaifenesin along with food, while the formation of kidney stones can be prevented by drinking water and keeping the body hydrated. Now, next category of drugs are the mucolytics. Now, mucolytics, they break the mucus. Mucus becomes less thick and it becomes less sticky, and therefore these drugs, they reduce viscosity of mucus, and so that the mucus is easily coughed out. The key drugs include N-acetyl L-cysteine, bromhexine, Dornase alpha. Now, N-acetyl L-cysteine and bromhexine, they are prescribed in conditions in diseases like chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, where the patient suffers from chronic cough, and Dornase alpha is prescribed in cystic fibrosis. Now let's first understand pharmacology of N-acetyl L-cysteine. Now, the normal healthy mucus is made up of high molecular weight glycoproteins which are cross-linked through the disulfide bridges. Now, look at this figure of pathologic mucus. Now, in diseases like chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, there is chronic excessive secretion of mucus, and this mucus gets highly cross-linked, as is shown in the diagram. This mucus is highly cross-linked, and because of the high cross-linking, this mucus, it forms tenacious mucus plugs, and these tenacious mucus plugs, they have high viscosity. It's very difficult to remove these mucus plugs from the respiratory tract, and these tenacious mucus plugs, they block respiratory passages, making breathing difficult. Now, N-acetyl L-cysteine, it breaks the disulfide bonds. It breaks these disulfide bonds, and these disulfide bonds, they are reduced to SH, that is the sulfhydryl bonds, and this reduces cross-linking between the glycoproteins, and thus the mucus breaks. Now, this N-acetyl L-cysteine, it's administered orally, intravenously and topically in a nebulized form, and oral N-acetyl L-cysteine can cause vomiting and diarrhea, while aerosolized form can induce vomiting due to irritant effect and the foul odor of N-acetyl L-cysteine. Now, bromhexine, it is also used for the management of productive cough. It is a mucolytic. It depolarizes mucopolysaccharides directly, as well as by liberating lysosomal enzymes. And the major side effects of bromhexine are rhinorrhea, lacrimation, nausea, gastric irritation and hypersensitivity. Bromhexine is administered orally, And both these drugs, that is N-acetyl L-cysteine and bromhexine, they are indicated in chronic productive cough in diseases like chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Another very important mucolytic is Dornase alpha. Dornase alpha is a peptide mucolytic, and in cystic fibrosis, apart from high molecular weight glycoproteins which are cross-linked, mucus consists of highly polymerized DNA from neutrophils which accumulate in the airway of the patient. Now, Dornase alpha is a highly purified solution of recombinant human deoxyribonuclease 1, that is an enzyme which selectively breaks or cleaves DNA, and therefore Dornase alpha hydrolyzes DNA in the mucus of patient with the cystic fibrosis. It reduces viscosity of mucus so that the mucus is easily coughed out. Now, its inhalation solution is administered in a nebulized form. Common adverse effects of Dornase alpha are laryngitis, voice alteration and rash. Other adverse effects are pharyngitis, chest pain and conjunctivitis. So, this is in brief about mucolytics, and this is how the productive and non-productive cough are managed by the drugs. So, please note that this video is meant only for educational purpose, and if you find the video useful, kindly like, subscribe and share this video. Thanks for watching the video.